I am 73 years old. Let me sum up my life for you in just a few short lines. I got divorced in 1994, the same year Forrest Gump came out in theaters. Forrest ran across America. I ran out of my marriage. I never had children. The only family I have left is my younger sister, who lives about 2,300 kilometers away. If I slipped in the shower and screamed for help, the only one who might hear me would probably be my neighbor's old cat, and that cat has never liked me anyway. If society had a scale from 1 to 10 for the worst possible old age scenario, then congratulations, you are looking at this year's champion. No family gatherings, no heirs, no one reminding me to take my pills, no one to fight over the TV remote with at night. Sounds tragic, right? But wait, don't rush to feel sorry for me. I am not telling you this to ask for sympathy or a box of tissues. I am telling you this because I am living inside what many of you fear the most. And the truth is, it did not kill me. In fact, it is teaching me lessons I never had the chance to learn when I was younger, surrounded by noise, crowds, and the pressure to succeed. You know what? Living alone is not nearly as scary as people make it sound. What is truly dangerous, what can slowly kill you from the inside, is living alone without a reason to get out of bed in the morning. When you have no boss to report to, no spouse to complain, no children to worry about or drive around, it is very easy to drift into a state I call weightlessness. You float between day and night with no anchor and no pressure. And if you lack the will to fight that, you start disappearing from your own life long before death ever finds your address. So the first lesson I learned is this: you must always create something to look forward to. Do not misunderstand me. At 73, I am no longer dreaming of glamorous trips to Paris or grand plans to get rich. I learned to find joy in things so small they almost feel ridiculous. For example, my big project this week is a corned beef sandwich from the old grocery store at the end of the street. I can spend an entire Wednesday just imagining the crunch of the pickles and the sharp bite of mustard. In the fall, I look forward to watching migratory birds fly past my window. I sit there with a cup of tea and feel like an honored guest of nature. And then there is Friday, which I have officially named International Ice Cream Day in my own calendar. That is the day I allow myself a big tub of ice cream without worrying about blood sugar levels or anyone else's complaints. You see, when no one gives your life meaning, you have to schedule those little treats yourself. If you sit around waiting for destiny to knock on your door with happiness, the only thing that will knock is probably a flyer advertising joint pain medication. The second thing that keeps me sane in a silence so deep I can hear the clock ticking is this: protect your daily routine at all costs. Living alone is a dangerous freedom trap. No one asks if you have eaten. No one complains if you skip a shower for 3 days. No one forces you to be on time, so you start slipping. First it is just, I will wash that plate tomorrow. Then tomorrow becomes the next day. By day 4, that plate has developed its own ecosystem in the sink, and you start looking like someone abandoned inside their own home. I created a strict schedule for myself. 7 in the morning, the alarm goes off, and I get up. No excuse. Even if I have nowhere to go, I brush my teeth, shave, and put on a proper shirt. You cannot stay in pajamas all day and expect to feel good about yourself or maintain self-respect. I spend exactly 20 minutes a day cleaning the house. Not because I am obsessed with cleanliness, but because I learned this rule. When your surroundings are messy, Your aging brain follows quickly. A clean, orderly room gives you the feeling that you still have control over your life, even if that control now only means choosing between tea or instant coffee. The third lesson, and the one people in my situation get wrong the most, is this. Never stay inside your house for too long. Four walls are a quiet enemy of old age. When you spend too much time alone, your mind starts talking to itself, and trust me, those conversations are rarely kind. You start digging up mistakes from 30 years ago. You start worrying about a future you might not even be around to see. My solution is simple. Go outside. You do not need to be the life of the party. Just be present. Sit in a coffee shop, stand in line buying a newspaper, sit in a park and listen to other people talk. Last week, I stopped by an old hardware store to buy a washer for a leaking faucet. I stood there squinting at a shelf full of tiny screws because I had forgotten my reading glasses. A young electrician covered in tattoos stopped next to me. He looked at the old faucet in my hand and said, "Sir, are you really still using this kind of brass faucet from the 70s? I bet you are the type who fixes things instead of throwing them away." I smiled and said, "That's right, kid. In my time, if something broke, you fixed it. Faucets and relationships included." We stood there for 15 minutes, surrounded by the smell of oil and dust, talking about why things today break faster than they used to. Moments like that do not solve inflation or fix the world, but they are enough to send me home feeling different. The world is still moving, and you have to bump into it once in a while to remember that you are still part of humanity. Another secret that saved me from deep emptiness is learning how to help others, even in the smallest ways. There is a strange psychological rule. If you focus only on your aching back or your protesting knees, the pain gets louder. But if you go outside and help a neighbor mow the lawn while his leg is in a cast, bring cookies to the nurse at the clinic down the street, or walk dogs at a shelter, everything changes. Those dogs are the best listeners in the world. They never judge me. They do not care how much money I have. They happily listen to the same old story for the 11th time with admiration in their eyes. Feeling useful to someone, even to a small living creature, is more real and powerful than any motivational quote you read online. Now let this old man tell you something honest about reality. Aging is not a rare story. Living alone in old age is becoming a global trend. There are millions of people like me, quietly living their lives. I am just a tiny number in a very large statistic. Do not spend too much time fearing death. It is part of the contract you signed when you were born, just as certain as paying taxes. My goal was never to escape death. It was to live decently and with intention before it arrives. I exercise lightly to keep this old machine from rusting. I eat simply but properly. I drink enough water. I try to keep my medicine cabinet as empty as possible. And here is an honest piece of advice earned through experience. Keep your distance from medical specialists unless you truly need them. Medicine is wonderful, but if you spend your days chasing checkups for every small sneeze, they will find 50 diseases you never knew existed. Then you will spend the rest of your life worrying instead of living. I also learned to protect my mental energy. At this age, energy is like an old phone battery. It drains fast and charges slowly. So I stopped wasting my brain on politics. I do not argue online. I do not compete with people who always need to be right. I keep my distance from foolish, negative, and exhausting people, even if I have known them for years. I spend my money on things that make me smile. I travel while my legs still allow it. I eat good food while my taste still works. I keep only what truly matters. A warm home, stable health, good meals. The quality of each hour I live matters far more than the total number of years I exist. And I want to give genuine praise to technology. Many older people complain about young folks staring at their phones all day. I feel grateful. Technology has truly saved people like me who live independently. Grocery delivery, food apps, online banking that saves me from standing in line under the sun, health monitoring devices that can alert someone if my heart has a problem. Younger generations have done something incredible without even realizing it. You created a world where older people can live independently, longer, with dignity, without begging for help or bothering anyone. That dignity is the last form of self-respect a person has, and I am deeply thankful for it. My life does not look like a life insurance commercial. There are no grandchildren gathered around a fireplace at Christmas. No children running and laughing in the yard. But you know what? It is still a life worth living, if I have the courage to live it fully. If you are young or middle-aged, and you look at the future with a vague fear that you might end up like me, remember this. It is not your circumstances. It is not your bank balance. It is not the number of children you have. What determines whether old age is happy is how you choose to treat yourself and how you see the world around you. Happiness is not a destination with perfect conditions. It is the ability to find beauty in a quiet afternoon and peace within yourself. Do not wait until you have everything to allow yourself to be happy. Learn to smile at a simple sandwich or a good cup of coffee, starting today. Life is short, and every script has its beauty if the actor truly cares. Thank you for spending these precious minutes listening to the ramblings of a 73-year-old man. Now I have to go. There is a tub of vanilla ice cream waiting for me in the freezer, and I do not want to keep it waiting. If this video touched your heart, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you know who is living alone, so they know someone is thinking of them.